Hello, everyone, and welcome to day number 15 of the 2018 Beer Cartel Beer Advent Calendar. I'm Jeff Hewins from Beer Cartel, and I'm joined by Sean Costigan from Murray's. Today, we are revealing the Whale Ale from Murray's at Bob's Farm. How are you, Sean?
Yep, pretty good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. So everyone's tuning in at home. They're interested to hear a little bit about you, a little bit about the brewery, and then we'll also crack open the beer and kind of share with people what they can expect. So tell us a little bit about you've been there for about 6 years, you were saying, and you guys are based in Bob's Farm. What are the styles of beers you guys like to brew, and what's going on at the brewery?
Yeah, well, it's pretty flat chat this time of year, which it probably is for most breweries. But so trying to probably focus more on the core range of our beers, pumping them out. But we do a bit of a diverse range. From your nice, easy drinking lager and the Whale Ale, obviously, which is perfect for this time of year, through to Fred IPA, which has been around for a while now. Nice, punchy 5.6% IPA, and then right up to when we're doing a specialty, we've got a few IPAs that are up around the 8.6%. And over the years, we've covered pretty much every style there is, nearly.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things is, Murray's Brewing has been around for a bit over a decade from memory. It's definitely a heritage or one of the pioneers in craft brewing in Australia, which is always awesome to see. You guys are based in Bob's Farm, and for everyone at home, Bob's Farm is near Nelson's Bay, up near Newcastle, in New South Wales, a couple of hours north of Sydney. You tell us about the venue there. You've got obviously the brewery that you're sitting in at the moment with your stainless steel behind you, and then there's also a venue there where people can come and enjoy the beers that you brew. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so we're about halfway between Newcastle and Port Stephens. It's a beautiful area, lots of trees and grass. We have obviously the brewery up here. We're about 100 metres away from the actual cellar door where you've got the bar, the restaurant. We can cater to probably nearly 1,000 guests at any one given time. And most weekends at the moment here, it is at capacity. So, good luck booking a table if you haven't already. But, beautiful spot. It's just one of those things where families can come and let the kids run around.
Yeah.
And the parents can sit down and have a nice meal and drink some nice beers straight off tap. So, it's a beautiful part of the world up here.
And from memory, there's courtesy buses that run from the Port Stephens, Nelson's Bay area out to you guys, so people can go there for a weekend, stay in beautiful Port Stephens, and then not have to worry about driving and come and have a couple of your beers and a meal, and then go back. Is that right?
Correct, I believe. Yeah, I think that we do maybe 3 times a day on a weekend, back and forth between here and Port Stephens. Yeah, so get in early and book it in.
Cool. So let's talk a little bit about Whale Ale, which is the beer that everyone is going to be popping out of their beer advent calendar today. I'm going to pour mine into a glass here, pop it open. While I do that, do you want to tell us a little bit?
I'm a bit ahead of you.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about the beer and what people can expect?
Yeah, sure. So Whale Ale, one of our core range beers and flagship beers, that's been around for nearly as long as the brewery. So since we've been at Port Stephens here, since 2008 at least. Classic sort of American wheat beer. This beer has stayed pretty much exactly the same the whole time. We've got a 50% wheat base to it, and you can really, on the aroma, you can really pick up on that beautiful wheat character to it.
Yeah.
We use New Zealand hops with it, and that's a subtle background note, but still definitely a defining note of the beer.
Yeah.
And the only thing that really has changed about the beer over the last 10 years is we're now filtering it. So as of maybe 3 years ago, it is filtered, but a very clean, crisp, easy drinking beer. But one of those beers that probably was more pushing the boundaries 10 years ago than it definitely is today. But it's definitely stood the test of time as far as being a well-loved and very drinkable beer.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that's interesting about wheat beers, and I guess this one in particular, is that a lot of people think about wheat beers and they think about Hefeweizens, but they're kind of two. So every Hefeweizen is a wheat beer, but not every wheat beer is a Hefeweizen. Yeah. So
yeah, correct.
So this one is more like your American wheat ale. Is that how you describe it?
Yes, that's right. We definitely describe it as American wheat ale. So the yeast that we're using in is a standard ale yeast, essentially.
Yeah.
So you're not getting any of those phenolic or banana-y characters as you would in a Hefeweizen or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely not a yeast-driven beer. It's definitely defined by the malt character and to a lesser extent the hop character as well.
Yeah. And in terms of food pairings, what would you recommend? What is this kind of best pair?
Yeah, pretty versatile, but definitely with some light seafood. Nothing too overpowering. You don't want anything that's going to overpower the beer.
Yeah.
But something that's light in character, nothing too spicy. Something you're definitely going to easily pair it with on a hot day. Fish and chips, perfect.
Fish and chips, yeah. Prawn, salad, something along those lines. Perfect.
Yeah.
And what are the big plans for Murray's? What are you guys kind of? I know you've done some releases in this year, 2018, into cans. Is that something we'll see more of? And what else have you guys kind of got plans in terms of limited releases?
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of those things where it's hard to even think about it this time of year. We're definitely going to be doing a whole lot more new releases next year. One of those things we've actually booked in to sit down and talk about in the coming weeks. But first half of next year we'll be doing, I reckon, probably at least a release every 3 weeks in can and in draft as well.
Every 3 weeks?
Yeah, in the vicinity of that, I would say, every 3 to 4 weeks, depending on how the core range goes. So we've only got a limited capacity here, basically.
Yeah.
And if we start to reach that capacity with our core range, it's going to squeeze those specialties down, but we're definitely going to be squeezing as many in as we can. So, yeah, as far as the actual beers and beer styles that we're going to be doing, I can't even begin to let on what we're going to be doing because it hasn't even been thought of yet.
Yeah.
But there's definitely plenty of stuff in the works that we're going to be doing. But at the moment, it's surviving until after Christmas, and then all of the creativity can start flowing for the first half of next year.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, I just want to say a big thank you for joining me on the video call today and sharing, your part in the big industry that or the small industry that we're in, but the one that we all love, craft beer. And sharing with us a little bit about the brewery and the beer. Do you want to just give us a quick little look at the brewing equipment that you've got there, just the brew house, so people at home who are either home brewers or keen to sort of see about the brewery? Tell us a little bit about the system and stuff that you have there.
Yeah, this is our brew house. We had this installed in late 2013. It was about a year after I'd been here. This one was custom made in New Zealand, actually, by Chris Little Engineering. Beautiful piece of equipment, all run by our computer there. It's sort of got some semi-automated parts to it, but a lot of it is still watched over manually by someone for the whole brew.
Yeah.
We're at a point now where we're trying to squeeze everything into a small amount of time. So yesterday was our hectic day of doing a quad batch. We can knock out 4 batches of 2,500 litres in about 15 hours. So that's what we smashed out yesterday, and then a single batch today. And that's all we could actually fit in the tanks this week. So, yeah, and then off the brew house, all the rest of our fermenters and beyond. But, beautiful piece of equipment, still running very smoothly.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks again, Sean, and have a great Christmas. And I hope you enjoy some well-earned R&R between or after Christmas Day, and then obviously between Christmas and New Year. I look forward to seeing what you guys have got planned for 2019.
Yeah, beautiful. Thanks, Jeff. Thanks for having me, mate, and thanks to the watchers and listeners for drinking the beer. Cheers.